Good evening, Dominators. So today I'm going to bring you a video about raiding with Shinobis, the ninjas that became available if you completed the event that is still ongoing, the Ninja Dojo. So the Shinobi itself, you got two units, ninjas and Shinobis. Ninjas we have seen already before once with one of the previous events, and the Shinobis are the new troops. And I like them better because they take twice as much troop space as ninjas, so you can only have half the amount of troops of Shinobis versus ninjas. But these guys also have double the hit points and double the damage. So I would prefer rather slightly tankier units because they will not fall as quickly, so I would get more use out of them. And even heavy tank can hit them once without it dying, so that's pretty good. So, as I said, almost 5,000 hit points, close to 1,000 damage, 968 damage against defensive buildings, and that includes walls. So these guys are running through walls, and they bypass the gates, so they are just crazy. And also, I think they have pretty much maximum speed that is available, so they're running fast and taking down all the defensive buildings that the enemy has. And also, you must know that one very important thing is that the defensive buildings or towers or anti-tank guns, none of those actually deal damage to Shinobis. They're like invisible. Only troops, only defensive units you need to worry about are the enemy troops that are spawning from the buildings. So to be successfully clearing enemy bases, you need to have fighters or 3 planes to clear all those units that will spawn on the way. And also, they do only 96 damage to all other buildings except defensive buildings. So they have huge trouble clearing the whole base. So you definitely need to bring preferably some infantry that have a lot of damage versus buildings. So my unit composition will be 12 Shinobis and 20 infantry to clear the remaining buildings and resource buildings. Okay, thank you. Enjoy. So here is my first attack with the Shinobis. And bear in mind, I just trained them up, so I haven't actually, this is actually first time I'm trying these guys out, so I'm making a couple of mistakes as well, but with the raiding and Shinobi especially, you should try to find bases that have traps already activated, because otherwise you might lose a lot of them to the spike traps, because spike trap basically one-shots them. And as you can see here, they are running like crazy through the enemy base, and they are also demolishing the air defenses and everything so fast, so I can quite safely actually run over the enemy forces with my fighter planes. The first go they actually do some damage because my Shinobis hadn't cleared the air defenses yet, but as you can see now, I mean, basically there's nothing much left to defend against my fighters. And Shinobis, as you can see here also, the enemy forces are actually attacking my Shinobis here, but they don't care, they just keep running. And that's the good thing about them, because then they will just keep on running and clearing air defenses, and then it's safe for my fighters to clear the enemy forces. So as I told also before, you need to bring some units that actually deal damage also to the other buildings, because Shinobis, they only clear the defensive buildings and walls quickly, but all the rest you need some kind of damage. So I was actually very surprised. This is my first attack, and these guys just ran through the base, cleared everything quite fast. And I only lost 1 Shinobi, and with the training blessing this is like 1 minute of training, so no worries. And with this, what I'm doing here again is, as with the other ratings I had, I have my training blessing on, and I'm just going to check how much can I do with the 1 hour of raiding with my training blessing. So luckily the first time I tried was a success, and a quite easy one as well. I looked for a base that doesn't have that many wall chambers, because I wasn't clear how fast they will actually clear the walls. And another thing I didn't know exactly was do the defensive buildings actually deal damage to my Shinobis or not, but they actually didn't, so very nice. Thank you. So here is my second attack with the Shinobis. This time a little bit tougher base, 154, but again I chose the one that has no generals activated, and so that the traps would already be disabled from the previous attacks. I chose to go from the top to clear most of the defensive unit spawning buildings next to the anchor vat, because they are spawning here quite fast. And those are already taken care of, and they took down very fast air defenses. So now I'm just, I'm clear to come and support with my fighter planes as I want. Couple of heavies spawning, so those are a bit scary because they pack so much damage that they actually two-shot my Shinobis. So I need to be a little bit careful about those, and also as the base is actually built slightly on the bottom, so I'm actually taking some damage from the bottom air defenses, but seems to be no worries because the heavy tanks are already taken down now. There's one more spawning, but as you can see, I actually focused this one down, and I mean the base is almost cleared out of defensive buildings, and I haven't lost a single Shinobi yet. So I mean, these guys are crazy. Let me tell you, the rest of the 7 days that these Shinobis are still available, because I just built them up quite at the end of the event, I will be just looting with these guys. I mean, it's so easy, and I don't need to spend any blessings or use any of my tactics usually. So it's very easy route. And actually you can see this guy has quite highly upgraded everything. Even the resistance is maxed out. So actually my 20 units that I brought in for clearing the buildings, they actually fell pretty fast. And now I actually lost some Shinobis as well to the defensive units. So it's pretty clear that I will not be able to take all the buildings down in this base, but it doesn't matter much because I have already cleared out all the defensive buildings. So now I'm just looking for the looting buildings. And here, for example, in the War Academy, they will be spawning. It will be spawning two French Global Age tanks. No, sorry, two medium tanks actually. So, and now 37 seconds to go. I'll just clear most of the loot that I'm able to take, and I'm ready to go for the next one. Thanks. And also, I will also attack 178 or something level base as well. So, and no problems whatsoever. You only run into problems, as you can see also in one of my next attacks, I think it's number 4, is when I chose actually a base because I was testing that had the traps actually still active. So for that base I actually lost quite a lot of Shinobis. So this is my third attack with the Shinobis. I actually chose this base because it has the town center outside of the walls. So I wanted to test how fast the Shinobis can actually take down the town center for the 5-star victories, because it's quite hard to get 50% with the Shinobis. So the only viable option, in my opinion, is to take down the down center quite fast. And I was actually thinking to why not and have some fun also in war and go with Shinobis in war as well. And it seems that it takes them around 20 seconds. So with my strength of the gladiator, it should fall with less than 10 seconds or so. Of course, if the player is smart and has barbed wire or caltrops right next to the down center, then it might be slower, but then still within 20 seconds I should be able to clear the down center quite easily. And I have my blitzkrieg and sabotage that I can stack up, so should be possible. Of course, I wouldn't recommend to go in war with Shinobis, because here in looting I'm usually choosing the targets that have the traps already activated or disabled from previous attacks. So it's quite safe this way, but although otherwise you will lose half the Shinobi army just to the spike traps or landmines. But let's see in the war if I dare to go with these ones as well. And the next attack actually will be the one where I'm actually testing also the Shinobi army against the base that doesn't have the traps already activated. So stay tuned. So this is my fourth attack, and actually I was mistaken with my previous video. I said that this one will be with the trap still active. It is actually the next one, my fifth attack. So here I actually tried to put the Shinobis down from both sides of the map, or two sides of the map, and see what they can do. To clear the air defenses even faster. And actually it seems to work quite fine. Only thing is that when the troops are already spawning, I still want to rally them into one place, because then I can clear the troops easier with my fighter planes. Okay, enjoy this battle to the end, and in the next one you will see the one where I'm losing quite a lot to the traps. So this is the fifth attack, and here I'm testing the base that has this trap still active, and you'll soon see that that they are very vulnerable to the spike traps. I think I lose most of the Shinobis, but I still managed to clear the base. So it comes with the risk, but it seems to be possible. You will see soon. I sent 3 Shinobis from the left side, and they will all fall to the spike traps just in a little bit. Now they will run down. You can see next to the tanks, and first one, second, and the 2 second ones to the spike traps. So it is risky with these guys. So I truly recommend, if you want to keep using them from looting and you still have the Ninja Dojo active, then choose the bases that has already the traps activated and doesn't have any generals ready to attack from the fort or castle. This way you are able to minimize the Shinobi losses and keep on raiding continuously. And that's the idea of the looting and raiding anyways, to get as much loot as possible. I definitely will be using them for the next 7 days. They are fun, and why not take the most out of the Ninja Dojo. For the next attacks remaining here, you will see a couple of different things. One very high level base, but I truly recommend actually to launch all the Shinobis from one place. This way you can support them with your fighters the best. And thanks, enjoy. Also hit the subscribe button if you are interested in the upcoming war attack with the Shinobis, because I will be going against the enemy number 1 with the same army composition, just taking the allies army with the archers or the shooters, range infantry to support me at the end, because the enemy has probably troops spawning afterwards as well from the farms and everything. Thank you, and enjoy.